behind the scenes, behind the scenes. Own the whole stack, own the whole stack. Save resources, save resources. Third-party components, third-party components. Touches everything, touches everything.
Welcome to the Deep Dive. You know, have you ever noticed how the most transformative forces, the really big shifts, often happen kind of quietly, almost behind the scenes?
Oh, absolutely. They're not always the things making the most noise.
Exactly. Like, think about something seemingly simple, maybe a drone. You know, for lots of people, it's a toy, right? Or maybe a fancy camera in the sky.
Sure, the consumer side is what most people see.
But what if I told you that same tech, that drone tech, is actually silently powering the backbone of global industry?
Yeah, and that's where it gets really interesting. We're talking about DJI, and while they aren't just a drone maker, founded back in 2006, Shenzhen, China.
Right.
And today, get this, they hold over 70% of the global drone market. I mean, that's dominance.
70%. Wow. That market share alone is pretty incredible.
Yeah.
But our mission here for this deep dive isn't just about saying, wow, they're big.
No, there's more to the story.
We really want to unpack how DJI evolved, how they went from being, a hardware company to this full stack platform company.
That's the key shift, yeah.
Enabling automation, digitalization, getting companies to use data to make decisions across so many different industries. They're basically powering Industry 4.0, right?
Indeed. And what makes their approach, so effective for Industry 4.0 is that deep integration. They own the whole stack.
The whole stack, meaning?
Meaning everything, from the drone itself, the high-performance hardware, the sensors, all the way to the smart software that runs on it, and then the cloud systems that process all that data. These drones aren't just flying cameras anymore. They're sophisticated engines for collecting and analyzing data.
Okay, so it's really moved beyond just flying around. It's about generating actual intelligence you can use, actionable intelligence.
Exactly.
Can you maybe give us some examples? Like, how does this end-to-end control actually play out in the real world in different industries?
Sure. Take DJI Terra, that's their software. It takes the aerial images from the drone and turns them into really detailed 2D and 3D models. Super important for, say, construction or mining projects where precision is everything.
Okay, for mapping and measuring, got it.
Right. Or think about agriculture. They have the Agris drones. Now, these don't just spray pesticides or fertilizers randomly.
Well,
no, they use data for targeted variable rate spraying. They collect incredibly precise field data. This helps farmers optimize yields and, crucially, save a lot on resources like water and chemicals.
that's fascinating. These specific examples really highlight the value. But okay, what if a company isn't just using one drone? What if they're looking at deploying, I don't know, dozens, maybe hundreds? What are the challenges there, and how does DJI help manage that kind of scale and complexity?
Yeah, that's a really critical point. Scaling up brings a whole new set of problems. So to handle these large industrial operations, DJI developed FlightHub 2. Think of it as a central command center, but in the cloud.
Okay, cloud-based control.
Exactly. Teams can monitor all their flights, plan missions, share data, collaborate in real time, doesn't matter where they are physically.
Right.
And then for the next level of efficiency, there's the DJI dock. This thing supports fully autonomous missions.
Fully autonomous, like no pilot needed at all.
We're talking self-charging drones that live in this dock, take off based on a pre-programmed schedule, fly their mission, land precisely, and recharge, all without direct human intervention for that specific flight.
Wow.
This leap to full autonomy, it drastically cuts labor costs, right? It makes scaling up much easier and allows for 247 operations, even in places that are remote or hazardous for people. It really unlocks completely new ways of doing things, especially for inspection and monitoring jobs.
That level of automation just changes the game entirely. And I understand DJI designs pretty much everything themselves, The flight systems, cameras, the software, even these cloud platforms like Flight Hub.
That's right. Almost everything is in-house.
How important is vertical integration for them, especially, thinking long-term with how fast tech changes?
Oh, it's absolutely crucial, massively important. This tight control, this vertical integration, it ensures data integrity, system reliability, things that are non-negotiable for industrial clients where any downtime costs serious money.
Makes sense.
It also lets them innovate much faster across their entire ecosystem. They can roll out new features, new capabilities that integrate hardware and software in ways competitors just struggle to match if they're relying on third-party bits and pieces.
Right.
And, even after being placed on the U.S. entity list back in 2020, which was related to data security concerns that DJI denies, by the way, a move that did limit their access to some U.S. components and markets. Well, despite that, their product ecosystem is so strong, so integrated, that they've remained this dominant global force.
It's really clear they're not just selling a piece of hardware. They're offering a whole solution, an infrastructure almost.
It's enabling a whole new era of automated, data-driven work. And that touches basically everything: the food we eat, the power we use, the safety of our community.
They've masterfully woven together the hardware, the software, the cloud, enabling this new wave of automated, data-driven work. It's a really powerful example of that quiet evolution we started with.
It really is.
If DJI, a company many still just see for its consumer gadgets, is quietly reshaping industrial infrastructure on such a massive scale, what other silent forces are out there? What other seemingly niche technologies might be fundamentally changing our industries, our jobs, our everyday lives right now, sort of under the radar?